Thank you very much. All right. So, Doc Class 2016. Congratulations, we did it. Most of our classmates left 7 months ago, and they started their wonderful new lives. And we've been here, shooting and editing and editing and editing. Every character who stood you up for an important shoot, every party that you had to miss, and the long nights that you spent away from your friends and family, editing every stupid sound pop and transition, all the fights and breakups and the tears and laughter and anxiety. That Valentine's Day, you had to ditch your girlfriend to edit a morning scene for 18 hours. I'm sorry, Lily. It's all come down to this. As I look out at all of us here with our caps and gowns, sorry, I wrote this before I knew. As I look out at all of us here with our well-deserved sense of accomplishment, I'm truly filled with pride for all that we've done together. A lot of us had great team members who pulled us through tough times. And a lot of us lost team members over fistfights at 1 a.m. The great thing about that is that most of our fights came about because of the passion that we felt, whether it was about the overall direction of our films or what font to use on the lower thirds. Sarah, if you're in the audience, I still contend that I was right about Arial Black. And even though we all do our own projects, we come from a background of shared hardship, and we're all here together. That's something that I hope that we remember for our careers and our lives. We've made a decision to enter a very tough field, and producing films is demanding on your time, and it's demanding emotionally, and it's expensive, as we've all learned. This program is expensive, according to a petition sitting in my inbox. And my old friends sometimes ask me, why are you spending so much money at Columbia to become a documentary filmmaker? And the truth is that it's the people. It's the people that we've met here. Of course, I'm talking about June Cross and Betsy West, for starters, for their leadership and guidance through what has been a very challenging and demanding and rewarding year. I'm also talking about our advisors. For me, one of them's in the room, Simon and Alan. If it wasn't for Simon, I probably wouldn't be standing here because he stuck out his neck to make sure I didn't get expelled. And Alan, who taught me how to find somebody who didn't want to be on camera and probably shouldn't be on camera and get him to tell me his whole story on camera. So thanks for that, Alan. And of course, the thankless folks in the equipment room who have been patient and understanding with us ever since we stumbled in, asking what a C100 was. But I'm especially talking about all of us here. Everyone getting one of these empty envelopes today, these symbolic, beautiful empty envelopes. We're all in this together, and we should always have each other's backs. We're a community, and every member of our tribe should think of how they can be of service to the others. Our struggles are shared, but our success is inevitable as long as we support each other in what is sure to be a very challenging career. When I first got out of the Marine Corps, I learned that the civilian world can be a cruel, cutthroat place, especially in journalism. And even though today feels something like a finish line, it's really just a checkpoint. We're only halfway through Act 1, and there are plenty more tough times to come. So I hope we all remember that having each other is the greatest asset that we come away from Columbia with. Because what makes this experience worthwhile and what makes these diplomas worth anything is the help that we promise to give each other and the support that we can expect from one another. I can't tell you how many times I've counted on people in this room for a favor, or I tell you, Max helped me trick the equipment room guys when I needed extra gear. Sorry. Thule gave me all her footage one time from a parade when I had recorded too hot on my audio. Sasha and I had a good cry together when we both thought our movies were ruined. Thomas Himes rescued me from a fist fight over a pool table. And everybody who's been here for me, I hope that I've been here for them as well. because that's what we give each other, is what we'll give back. And it's also the people that make our films great. You know, this week when I was in North Dakota, I committed the cardinal sin for a documentary filmmaker. I'd gotten all this great gear, and I just got this great new job, and I was on this adventure, and I kind of let myself lose sight of my characters. And it's one of those heartbreaking lessons that you kind of learn it again and again, and it's something that you have to rediscover, that the beauty of what's in our documentary is in our characters. You know, I spent so much time chasing the action that I sort of missed how that action was affecting the people. Because a documentary at its best is a passageway to a place where we can see the world as someone more than ourselves, as someone from a different perspective. I mean, how many people in this room really know what it's like to be a Donald Trump supporter? If you don't, you can watch Max and Sarah's documentary tomorrow. And this is what we've all done. We've all given a voice and a place to the characters we've discovered in the world. Immigrants and their children, military veterans abandoned by the system they served, competitive dancers, yogis, and athletes fighting against their destiny to carve a place for themselves, adults who have spent their whole lives never knowing how to read, women who are trying to break into male-dominated fields, comic book artists who are defying heteronormative biases to put something out in the world that nobody's ever seen before, and even a basketball team comprised of dwarves. Dwarves playing basketball. I can't believe it. I have to know what that's like. I can't wait till DocFest tomorrow to watch all these films. The stories that we share with the world, these are the things that make me proud to be a documentary filmmaker. That I get to sit here shoulder to shoulder with all of you who have boldly said, I'm not going to graduate with every other Columbia student and start my wonderful life. I'm going to stay here in the edit room with my camera. I'm going to miss those parties. I'm going to miss Valentine's Day. My bank account will probably be damn near empty for the next decade or so. And I'll spend half my life in awful, hellish places so that I can tell great stories to the world. And yes, I'm going to fix every stupid sound pop and put in every darn transition. And I'm going to give every ounce of my energy to support the other people who are crazy enough to want to do this job. And finally, for any fathers or mothers or boyfriends or girlfriends or family members that are in this room today, we're sorry. And thank you so much for supporting us. We can't wait to see you tomorrow. Support your filmmaker, support your friends, be there for each other, and make great films.